Hello Year 1, welcome to your home learning lessons. Today in literacy we're going to respond to the book we've read with story mapping and retelling. Let's practice our set 2 sounds. Are there any ones that you still need a little bit more practice with? Okay, I'm going to say a sound and I want you to write it quickly. Ow. O. A. R. U. Up. Or. E. Do you know all these sounds? Okay, I'm going to say some sounds and I'd like you to write them. I. O. Air. Or. E. Shout it out, ow. Wow, there's a brown cow. Ow. This is another way we can write ow. Ow. Have a go at writing it quickly. Have a go at reading these words with the ow sound.
The Story Machine. Meet Elliot. Elliot was a boy who loved to find things. And one day he found a machine. It didn't have an on and off button, and it didn't even bleep or buzz. Elliot was puzzled. What did it do? Then, quite by accident, he made it work. The machine made letters, and the letters made words. Perhaps it was a story machine. Elliot, however, wasn't very good at letters. He did his best, but he kept getting them all jumbled up. Then Elliot noticed something amongst the letters, a picture. So Elliot began to make pictures, and once he started, he just couldn't stop. He made big pictures, small pictures, busy pictures and quiet pictures, but the best thing about all his pictures was that they told a story. Maybe it was a story machine after all.
But it didn't take long for things to go wrong. Elliot had used a story machine so much it had begun to malfunction. That means it started to go wrong. No more machine. That meant no more pictures and no more stories. Elliot was blue. Until he found something else. And that was when he realised something very important. It wasn't the machine that was making the stories. It was him, and he was really rather good at it. So that's the end of the story. And I wonder what you liked about the story. Was it the illustrations? Was it the character? And what didn't you like about the story? Have you got any questions about anything in the story? What part of the book stays in your mind the most? And which is your favourite part? What would you tell your friends about this book? If If you had a chance to talk to the author, what would you say? We're going to retell the story, but to do that we need to map out the story with the pictures. So here's what happened at the beginning of the story. Do you think you could have a go at retelling the story in your own words using the pictures? Here's what happened in the middle part of the story. Have a go at retelling the middle part of the story. And this is what happened at the end of the story. Use the pictures to retell the end of the story. How did you get on? Remember, a retell is a story in your own words, and using the pictures really helps. So in the beginning we had Elliot, who found a machine. Then he worked out what it did, and he was so happy making pictures into stories. Then something happened that stopped this. But Elliot managed to think creatively, and he carried on with his story making. We're going to map these key events out, and you're going to do your story map, making sure that you've got the key events. What I'd like you to do today is to make a story map so it will help you to retell your story. So here are the key events. Elliot found a machine. He worked out what it did. He was happy making pictures into stories. But then there was a problem. Elliot found a way around this problem, and Elliot carried on making stories. I've also included some key phrases for you that will help you when you're retelling your story. So here are some key phrases from the story that you could use to help you retell the story. Elliot left to find things. What did it do? It was a story machine. His letters were all jumbled up. He made pictures. It didn't take long for things to go wrong. Elliot was blue until he found something else. He was really rather good at it. So, make your story map and then use it to retell your story. Some of you might only manage the beginning of the story, that's fine. But most of you should be able to do the whole story in a few pictures. Until the next time, Year 1, bye-bye.